Do it.
Hi, hey everybody. So today I'm having a chat with Cassie from the Carers Place, and she provides education, information and support for parents and caregivers of all types. Hi Cassie, how are you?
Hi, good. Thank you for having me.
Awesome, lovely to have you here. So explain to me exactly what you do. How do you provide education for people, and who are you providing it for?
Yeah, I provide it for carers, like you said, of all types, and parents as well, because we're all, so busy that we can tend to forget to look after ourselves, which is so important. And what I do is I provide a range of services online in the most part, and in the community as well, to help support and take people through steps to identify, one, where they're really needing the support first, and then two, educating them around that and helping them implement it into their daily life, not just to help themselves, but people that they love as well, right?
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. It's such a needed service, I think. Lots of people look after other people, whether it's, parents with kids or parents looking after their own parents that are becoming elderly, or young parents looking after children with special needs. There's just so many people that need that extra support, aren't there?
Absolutely. And also, you've got foster carers as well, and grandparents caring for their grandchildren. There's a lot of kinship carers as well. So, carers is such a broad term, which is why I like to include parents as well. There are many people who actually don't recognise themselves as a carer or caregiver, especially parents, even though they are, because they're the parent, they assume that that's their responsibility, which it is, but they're still providing extra and additional care, whether it's with special needs or behavioural challenges or, those sorts of things, educational stuff. People don't necessarily relate the two as being a caregiver.
Yeah, it's really a cultural thing, isn't it? Especially as women and as mothers, we're often told by society, by everybody, that we need to just look after everyone else, take care of the kids, take care of the house, take care of, work, whatever other responsibilities we have, and we put ourselves last. It's kind of expected, isn't it? Do you find that as well?
Absolutely. And I think that we can put ourselves also under so much pressure for expecting so much from ourselves, and thinking that we need to do it all on our own, right? And quite often we can find that, asking for help or sharing the load is, I guess it's a perception of weakness. And nobody wants to come across or feel weak, right? But in fact, it's the opposite. It takes a huge amount of strength and courage, one, to talk to someone about it, and two, to ask for help or accept help. It's really, really difficult. So, I agree with you 100%.
Yes. From my own personal experience, I completely agree with that. It can be very difficult. So what are some ways that you have found that a person can easily start to look after themselves a bit better, that can do self-care without taking away from, especially somebody that if they're looking after someone with high needs, what are some easy ways that we can look after ourselves?
Yeah. Look, you mentioned self-care, and I just want to say that people can throw around self-care and be rather flippant with it, right? And I know I need to look after myself, whatever. But there's a real disconnect there with people's understanding and why it's so important. And as caregivers of people with special needs and disabilities, we are at such high risks, right, of developing our own chronic health issues, and that could be, physical and mental. So it's so important, and I love that you're talking about this topic. So some of the things that we can do are, you know, really simple, practical techniques, such as, in terms of, say, let's talk stress, right? Everybody is stressed.
Yep.
Always got too much to do, not enough time. We're faced with really difficult situations, and often, you know, our heart starts racing. We can't think. We can't think on our feet. And what happens is, when we're in that acute stress situation, the front of our brain, so the frontal lobe, which talks about, well, not talks about, it controls decision making, problem solving. It's all of our social. It controls all of our social and emotional responses, right? And so when we're stressed, we have a release of cortisol and adrenaline, and it shuts off that frontal part of your brain, right? So you can't think. And so you start getting more overwhelmed, and it kind of is a spiral. And so one way to manage that acute stress is just by regular breathing. And so what I mean by that is, and I know it sounds so simple, right? But just stopping yourself from responding or doing anything, and taking a couple of minutes to do some slow, regular breathing that's even. So what I'm saying is 4 minutes in, 4 minutes in, 4 seconds in, 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. And just really slow, regular. And what that does is really regulates that hormonal response, and starts us to be able to think and process and make decisions again. You'll also notice that your heart rate lowers, and you can better deal with the situation. Personally, I like to drop to the floor. So you can't do this in a shopping centre, right? But, you know, drop to the floor, and either face down or face up. Spread out in, you know, wings out, and doing that breathing. It really grounds you and brings you back to center. Really simple, but incredibly effective. And the other way that we can do it, that I'm very, very passionate about, a couple of things, and I know we don't have a lot of time to go into it at the moment, but it's simple nutrition, right? So really nourishing our bodies with good whole foods. So I'm talking natural products that come from either a plant source, right, so from the land, or from an animal. And, you know, if you can, really avoiding the processed foods, because there's so many chemicals and products in those foods that affect our chemistry in our brain and our body and its ability to function. So, you know, good nutrition, hydration, exercise is so important. Now, I don't mean going to the gym and slogging it out for 2 hours. I'm talking some huffy puffy, preferably with a friend or a group of people, because that always lifts your vibe, right? So a bit of huffy puffy, and everyone pays me without saying huffy puffy, but it's really getting your heart rate up, because what it does is releases the good hormones, right? So the serotonin, and your ability to your brain's ability to receive and absorb that serotonin. So it can really balance you out. And then, you know, great sleep practices. But what happens is, when you're nourishing your body, when you get a little bit of exercise, and, you know, you can start with going for a walk 20 minutes a day, and getting that fresh air. When you start nourishing your body, exercising, your sleep will be better. All right. Got a couple of things on sleep. If you don't get enough sleep, you're going to wake up cloudy. And what I mean is that, you know, that foggy brain, and you're more irritable. You're more irritable. You can't make decisions. You're short-tempered, and your brain just doesn't work properly, right? And one thing that will contribute to a foggy brain is sugar.
It does. So, it's amazing how much diet really affects the body. It's
it does.
insane.
It does. And I mean, I could talk about it forever and a day. And these all sound like simple things, but we're human beings, right? And so when we're tired and overwhelmed and overworked, it's really hard for us emotionally and mentally to be able to put these things in place. But having them there ready to go, like a schedule or something. So, you know, you make an appointment and you stick to it with the person that you're exercising with. You know, write things down. I'm very much a list person. And so you're not carrying everything in your brain, right? So it's everything is go, 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 go. You've got pen and paper somewhere and you're so worried about, you know, forgetting things. If you can jot either, whether it's your ideas or remembering to do stuff,
you can't remember everything. There's so much going on. There's so much information coming in. It's very important, I find, to just have a brain dump once in a while, write it all down on a bit of paper and you can cross it off. That's one thing I do as well. And if I wasn't able to do that, I think my head would explode. There's so much happening.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know, like, I used to have my diary online, but I found I'm definitely a pen and paper girl, right? So I've gone back to a hard diary and I write all my notes in there. But what I do is if there's appointments that I have, I actually pop them in my phone as an alarm. So I'll remember. I'm so forgetful. So that's really important for me. But yeah, like I said, hydration, nutrition, bit of movement, doesn't need to be anything over the top. Your sleep practices, and with your sleep, just one other tip. I mean, I could go on forever about this, but with your sleep, we in our society today are so connected to our technology and, you know, whether it's our phones or our laptops or whatever. A lot of people don't realise that the brightness from those screens affects the melanin in our brain, which is a hormone that gets us ready for sleep, right? So that when it gets dark, when it becomes dark, the hormone starts being released. And what the screens do is interrupt that. So when we're ready to go to sleep, there's massive issues. And our brains are still going, go, 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 go. So my other advice would be, one, not to have the phone near the bed when you sleep, and two, you know, at least a half an hour. I know an hour is pushing it, but an hour before you go to bed, you know, getting rid of the phone and maybe choosing a book or doing something quiet or relaxing or what have you before you is much better.
I find it's such a good thing to listen to a meditation or to have some relaxing music happening while even if you're just lying in bed just thinking about your day or journaling or writing out those things that you need to do tomorrow so you don't have to think about them anymore. I really love to have a little bit of a meditation happening, something going that's really going to get me subconsciously, I guess, to relax, and that helps me to get to sleep, because otherwise I am like that. I'm like lying in bed going, oh, so much to do tomorrow, so much happening this week.
Exactly. As soon as you close your eyes, bang, and your brain goes. So absolutely love that. And you know, in amongst all of these practical things, just having time. I know it's hard each day, but finding time each day, if you can, and certainly a number of times a week, to do something or engage in something that lights you up or fulfills you, right? And so what I mean by that is that makes you feel happy, feel like you, that you enjoy, right? And we can, you know, it could be playing with your nieces and nephews or whatever, you know, because we can talk about massage, which is huge because it actually helps completely relax the entire body. I can't count the amount of times I've fallen asleep in a massage. Anyway.
That's a good thing. It is a good thing.
Exactly, especially for us who we need that time to shut off. And that's what I like about exercise. Even though I'm a personal trainer, I actually like to go to a class so that I don't have to think and my brain's shut off, right? For an hour. I just don't have to think, and it's really, really cool. But, you know, it could be a bath, like I said. It could be, you know, a cup of herbal tea. It could be the journaling. It could be reading. Whatever it could be dancing. Whatever makes you feel alive inside and connects you to you and your soul. you know, it's undeniable the benefits that you can have from that.
Absolutely. I know I'm a bit biased because I am a massage therapist. However, I've found that even from my own personal experience, where you mention you like to go to the gym to shut down your brain so that you're not focusing on all of the other things you have to do. I find as well that with massage, even with, you know, things like acupuncture, with a gym class, it's very helpful to give yourself to, so kind of difficult to explain. I don't want to say this in the wrong way, but you're kind of letting go of that control and giving that control to the therapist that's looking after you. So, and I don't mean that in any kind of negative way, but it's like releasing that need, surrendering. It's beautiful. Thank you.
No, it's really, really important.
Yeah.
It is really important. And, you know, I can't advocate for it highly enough. I mean, you know, even though I'm a PT, I'm not, you know, a huge fan of gym environments. I love exercise out in the great outdoors. I'd rather do something that's practical, right? So whether it's with my family or someone else, you know, going for a hike or a walk or running around with the kids, or, you know, we used to do, when they were younger, we used to make up obstacle courses and play ball games and all sorts. So I like the practical stuff, but I have to say maintenance on your own self is critical. And what happens is when we don't look after ourselves, when we don't maintain ourselves, not only are we at high risk of developing our own issues, what it means is we just can't give the best of ourselves to the people we're caring for. And at the end of the day, that's the most important thing, because we all want to give the best of ourselves to the people we're caring for and we look after, right? It is absolutely what, sorry, I just got a message then. It is absolutely what drives us, right? So what I'll find is often I'll come up and speak to parents or carers, and I talk about different things, and they're like, I couldn't possibly do that, or I couldn't possibly pay for something for myself, because everything that I do is for them.
But people don't realise, if you don't look after yourself and something happens to you, if you get sick, who's going to look after the person that you're looking after? That's why it's so important to look after yourself. And
either time or money are the objection, right? And illness and disability don't care about time. So you've got to make it. It'll happen regardless of how much time you've got, and then you'll have to stop. And that's when, you know, your stresses will increase exponentially. So.
That's it. That's exactly right. You're going to spend a lot more money on having to get someone else to look after your child or parent, and you're going to have to get someone to look after you as well. Someone else to clean the house, someone else to do the cooking and medication and everything. And it compounds, doesn't it?
It can, and it does, and it's a scary situation, and it's one that I've been in, and not one that I'm keen to go down the road again, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. So I can't speak highly enough about looking after yourself, regardless of whether you're a parent, a carer, a single person. It really doesn't matter in regard to your status. You have to look after yourself.
One thing I've discovered with starting to look after myself properly too, because I know I only really started looking after myself as much as I should be about 6 months ago. So and it's taken me 20 odd years to really start to do that. I mean, I'm not looking after somebody with high needs, but I do have small children, so I can. And
they have high needs.
They do. When they're very small, they're very, very high needs. But it surprised me actually, because I always thought I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to go to the gym. so much hard work to work out. But what I'm finding is I'm really enjoying working out, and I'm able to just do 5 minutes here and there. You know, I just pop on a CD and dance around the house with the kids, and I'm doing it with the kids. They're happy, they're getting some exercise, I'm getting some exercise, and it's really uplifting as well. So it can be as simple as that and as easy as that, you know. So
absolutely, music for anything is going to lift vibe, and like you said, it doesn't have to be hard. Doing it with kids is super cool, and you will be surprised of and that's exactly how I started.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
You know what? No one's ever going to have this 100% anytime. It doesn't matter. I'm not 100% every time, but it's about consistency and you know, continual effort, and not bashing yourself when you're right. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and start again. You know that. You know, emotional bashing of ourselves and ridicule is so incredibly damaging. And you know, if I give you one piece of advice is, you know, let yourself off the hook and be kind to you. Okay.
One thing that has always stuck with me for, I think it was for about 5 years ago when I first saw this, it was a picture of somebody exercising and a larger person exercising. It was a photo, and the caption with the photo was, it doesn't matter where you start, so long as you start, you're always lapping people that are sitting on the couch. And that really stuck with me. And so every time I start exercising and I stop, I'm like, you know what, it's okay. I'm going to get back up tomorrow or next week, whenever it is, and I'm going to lap everyone that's still sitting on the couch. So it doesn't matter how many times you fall down, I think, so long as you always get back up. Even if it takes a day or a week or a month, just get back up at some point and start again. And be proud of yourself for trying, because so many people don't even try. And I think that is, like you said, where we fall down the most with that emotional bashing. Well, I'm never going to achieve anything. I'm always going to be, you know, overweight or unhealthy, whatever it might be. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Pat yourself on the back for actually trying, I think.
Absolutely. And there's so much fear around it, around starting or being a failure or not being good enough or not being as the next person. And I just implore people to not look around at anyone but themselves and, you know, focus on yourself. Like, I am not the fittest, I'm not the strongest, never have been, never will be. And that's okay, because I'm stoked I'm getting out there and I'm focusing on me. And I'm telling you now, no one else is going to be looking at you. They're going to be worried about themselves. Exactly. That is so true. It's unbelievably true. Let it go.
You don't realise that when you're young, when you're only 18, 20 years old. But, when you get a bit older, you figure that one out, don't you? Oh, yeah, I remember that. Oh, wow.
So, thank you so much. Whatever works for you. Yeah. You've got to find whatever works for you and start there.
Absolutely, because we're all different. We all have different goals, different intentions, different dreams, and we all have different things that are going to be stepping in our way. So, and that goes for everybody. It doesn't matter who we are. Every single person on the planet is going to have all those differences. So we just have to find a way to step around what's blocking us and get ourselves back on track and do it again and again and again. And eventually we'll get there.
And it's one step at a time, right? So, you know, not overloading yourself with trying to do everything all at once and all perfectly, because you try and do everything all at once, you try and do it perfectly, you might last maybe 3 weeks and then you'll fall and crash and burn, and you'll lose motivation and you'll get annoyed and, you know, so it goes the downward spiral.
It's emotionally debilitating then as well, because you just completely feel like an abject failure, don't you, when that happens? I do counsel my massage clients, if you're going to make changes to specifically your diet and exercise, to make really small changes and make one change every fortnight or every month. Like probably the biggest thing that I say to people is if you drink, you know, soft drinks, if you drink soda, swap it out for water, and, you know, don't even do it straight away, but cut down.
Yeah.
So less soda, more water, increase your water over a month so that after like 2 or 3 weeks, you're not drinking any soda. And then, you know, you just keep going with that. And that's the only thing you do for that first month, but you're on your way to better health and feeling better, and your body's going to function better.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that. And it's about gradual change. And one of the things that I love, because I used to love fizzy drink, right? And I still do. Right? And I don't even think it's necessarily the taste. It's just that different texture and the bubbles in your mouth or whatever. And so what I love to do is, you know, I've got a soda stream, make my own bubbly water, and I put lemon in it. And lemon is so good for your immune system, vitamin C, and a whole range of other things. And your liver loves lemon, so it's a great detox. So, you know, if I'm feeling like a treat, I might just put my bubbles in a wine glass, in a big wine glass, with some lemon and some ice, and it's so refreshing. Yeah, really, really great.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. I am loving these suggestions. Thank you so much, Cassie.
That's all right.
Awesome. Well, we might wrap it up there because I know you have some other things to do today, and I have to go and pick up my little one from daycare. So thank you very much for chatting with us, and we'll catch up with you soon. Thanks, Cassie.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.